The Adult Swim Summer Showdown. This is Matt. I'm here with Max. Max, I'm here with you, right?
Yeah, I hope so. Well,
yeah.
I don't
know.
No,
I am. I can tell.
Yeah, well, I've been eating spoonfuls of Nutella. I got chicken bones in the fridge, Matt, and I'm prepped for this Summer Showdown.
Yeah, prepped. There was it's confusing because you start the whole showdown with 64 episodes. Randomly walk us through it. It's randomly picked. People are like, how in the world could you put these two shows against each other?
Well,
but explain, if you would, the 4 quadrants.
I will show the bracket
the heavy hitters
of last week before the vote.
Well, before we get to that.
Okay. So what we did was we had a computer program developed by one of my interns that had a video game eye that shot lasers.
Which intern? Shout out your intern.
This is Bailey S.
Okay.
Bailey, also the name of a rat I had in college. And Big Dumbo rat, cream colored. Anyway, Bailey, the human, made this game. Eyeball shoots lasers into these things, and they had randomly generated shows behind them. That's how we paired them. But in order to try and give a little bit more of a, we don't want all the top shows in one place, we decided through a mathematical formula on digital and linear ratings to separate 4 shows. Those 4 shows were Robot Chicken, Rick and Morty, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and Squidbillies. They went into the 4 quadrants, and then we did a random pairing job. It's been crazy seeing people vote about it. They get upset about who's paired against who. I get really defensive about it.
It's random,
and but
for the most part, except for the 4 heavy hitters.
You get those mystery scabs on your knees, and you wonder, what did you walk into?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you probably scraped them up on the floor.
I'm always walking into things. What are you saying?
On the street?
On the street?
How did you? Maybe you were kneeling on the street and you scraped them, or you stumbled. Did you fall lately?
You're on the line with Street Kneelers, the Summer Showdown. How you doing? That's you.
Good.
Please call. Go ahead. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from? Who do you like tonight?
Yeah.
This is our Hollywood correspondent. Tell us who you like tonight, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
how much weed has been partaken?
Thanks for your call. Take another one, Max. Do we have another one?
Well, I liked that one, but we heard the voice of our special guest.
Introduce him, why don't you, Max?
Not the Pokemon, but the man, Andy Merrill. I don't know, what do I say? Part of the original Space Ghost crew, famously married a coworker. James in Adventure Time. Did something called the Ass Crack Show, which beat Assy McGee, I think.
I'm doing an impression of the last caller.
Come on out with it.
Hi. The Assy McGee character I probably wouldn't do today.
Famously, the voice of Brack.
Hi.
That's exciting, right?
Hello, everyone.
Call in and talk to Brack if you want.
Hey, you're on the line with Brack. What's going on?
Hey.
Hello.
What's your name? Where are you calling from? Who do you like?
I'm gonna have to say Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers. That's a tough one. It's gonna be hard to beat. You know why?
You think? Why?
Because it's not competing. It's not an Adult Swim show.
It's not an original Adult Swim show.
I didn't see it on the list anymore.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, that's a great show.
Okay,
Sorry,
Rick and
Family
Morty.
Guy's not on here.
So you're going, if it's not Bob's Burgers, it's Rick and Morty. Is that something you say in the family discussions?
Or probably. Go ahead.
The only reason why I didn't choose Rick and Morty first is because sometimes I just have no clue what is going on.
Ma'am,
all the noises, loud
what's the
noises
most
and stuff?
confused you've ever been, ma'am, at anything?
Well, I learned the plot a few seconds after it happened.
Oh.
One of those. Yeah, I'm
You gotta
one of
watch
those.
it a couple times. Maybe there's an abridged Rick and Morty that we can get for some of the callers who need more time with each episode.
Well, I guess, or slow it down, or explain it, or.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Have
idea.
somebody-
We should slow it down and explain
Have someone. have someone in a circle, their head in a circle, explaining what's happening.
Well, do you mind
My
if
head in a circle.
do you mind if we
It's
got
like the
you Spark
rejoiner
Notes?
episodes of Lost.
Yeah. Do you want us to get you DVDs for Lost and Spark Notes for Rick and Morty?
Do I want to do what?
Exactly, ma'am.
Oh.
Ma'am, are you?
Ma'am, go ahead, Max.
I think she's from a time where people called each other sweetheart a lot. Am I right?
Hey, sweetheart.
Exactly.
I'm over 50. Yes.
Yeah. Which reminds me of you, Matt.
Def
right?
Leppard.
Def Leppard.
Thank you.
Def Leppard
Yes.
crew.
Matt,
Yeah.
are you 50
Def
yet?
Leppard.
Oh man, I'm well beyond 50.
Damn.
I'm 71.
Wow.
That's well beyond.
And you understand?
Ma'am, you've won a
you
prize
understand
today.
the show.
I'm
Do
4
all you
years into
understand the
50.
show? Am I the only one
Yeah, you're the only one.
The
that
what?
doesn't understand?
It's okay though because everyone's different.
Ma'am, you've won
Oh,
a prize
come on.
tonight. You've won a prize.
What? It depends.
No. We sure
Max.
you buy those
This isn't a-
yourself. We don't know your size.
This isn't going to be adult underwear or something, is it?
No.
No. Send us your
Okay, yes.
send us your address
It'll
to
be infant underwear.
AS Summer Showdown at gmail.com. We'll send you a present.
Okay.
It's Snickle in chat
Okay.
says, I like this lady. She's fun.
What's your name, ma'am?
Well, I appreciate your help. It's AS Summer Showdown at, I'm sorry,
Gmail.
email.
No. Have
right.
your son or daughter help you with that.
Jesus, come on, man.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. Matt,
She won a scratched copy of Eric Bana's Hulk movie.
We have participant prizes, and we're giving them out.
should we look at the bracket as of last week?
Yeah.
It's kind of Brack. It's kind of like the bracket show.
Oh, that'd been a good name for it.
Yes, the bracket.
Does Brack like
Bracket.
brackets, or does he prefer Venn diagrams?
Not anymore. Not since. How could you put me up against Boondocks? I'm gonna lose there.
Is Brack
Have a look.
Is Brack woke? Does Brack talk about social issues?
If he's pushed enough.
Hey, you're on the line with the Adult Swim Summer
Just
Showdown.
put me in a corner.
We're looking at the bracket as of last week. Do you have any thoughts of it before we go into revealing this week's winners, caller?
This is Avi Ezor, and yes, I do have thoughts. I would pay attention to Aquatine versus Boondocks. My prediction is whoever wins that, you're going to see in the final two.
Wow, you're saying whoever wins Aquatine or Boondocks makes it to the
Two
championship?
of the biggest heavy hitters.
So do you think that's going to be, will you predict that's maybe one of the tightest races today when we go through the results?
I think I know who the winner is, but I'm not going to say. But I do believe either way, we're talking about the final two here.
Damn,
Also,
Avi.
huge fan of Brack and Andy Merrill stuff. Even
Thank
Teddy
you.
Blue Eyes.
Even what?
Teddy Blue Eyes.
Oh, Teddy Blue Eye.
What's Teddy Blue Eyes?
That's my. Teddy Blue Eyes was a short. I don't know who sponsored
just
it. It
have
was a
to
bunch of
see it.
sponsored shorts. I was the voice, and my friend Matt McElhannon was the eyes. It was as if it was like Clutch Cargo, only instead of the mouth being real, it was the eyes. It was very creepy.
Wow, you have a big fan here. It sounds like Andy and Avi. Get the show on the road
Teddy
here.
Blue Eyes, and I must admit, I love hugs, and that's about it.
I want to draw attention to the fact that Avi said Aquatine.
Aquatine.
Aqua.
That's a Queens thing, right, Avi?
Ah, he's gone.
See what I did there?
I get it. The Queen's English.
Aquatine.
Oh, Avi, not Avi.
Ah,
You didn't get it.
now I get it.
You like that Aquatine?
Well, let's start
I
looking
like
at these.
watching the Aquatine.
Our first meetup today was Robot Chicken versus Super Jail. Do you have any predictions, Matt? Who was going to win this, or Andy?
People voted on Instagram, Adult Swim's Instagram page this week, and we're going to do it again tonight at 11. What do you think, Andy?
People like
I'm
voting.
going to say Robot Chicken. I just have a good gut feeling of Robot Chicken.
Matt, Robot Chicken's kind of like Celebrity Deathmatch, isn't it?
It's a little bit like Celebrity Deathmatch. I don't know if you've ever seen Hollywood Kill Fight. It's sort of the sequel to Celebrity Deathmatch, but it's better. It's a little more modern.
Caller, who would you have had between Super Jail and Robot Chicken?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna Super Jail's trippy, but I'm gonna have to go with Robot Chicken.
Max, let's see
my
the first
chicken's gonna
scores.
win.
It
Our caller
was a
says
Robot
Robot
Chicken
Chicken.
winner. Let's see how close it was. 74 to 26%. Caller, are you sad that the trippy one took a trip out of the running?
A little bit, but they'll take the L. It's okay.
I just think Robot Chicken has more fans. That's all I'm going to say.
Winner,
Well, I mean, that's a
winner.
way to think about it, Andy, right? Who is the most
Robot
fans?
Chicken Dinner.
Whoa.
There it is.
Taking the L, taking the long way home.
Thanks for your call. Let's have see the next one, Max. I'm excited now. Robot Chicken takes it.
Let's go to the next one. The next
The first
matchup
one
is
to-
Bedtime Stories versus Xavier. Now, this one's a little surprising. I didn't expect the results of this one. Matt, what did you think?
Can you, Xavier got a little bit of recent press with the commencement speech, but I'm going to have to give it to Tim Heidecker and the Absolutely crew.
Andy?
I think they're both big winners in my book.
Yeah.
Thumbs up to both.
I mean, they all worked hard, right?
I'm going to go with Tim and Eric because I was a fan of that movie, Us.
And Tim is in Us.
Uh,
What's your favorite horror movie about African American social issues, caller?
I don't know.
You could say The People Under the Stairs.
Who do you like in this fight, caller? More importantly.
I mean, this is Kean World from the chat.
Oh, Keon World is here.
Keon
Yeah.
World, what an honor.
we go
Yeah.
way back.
Are you guys showing Bedtime and Xavier right now,
Yeah.
or am I behind?
No, we're
No,
showing
you're right.
Time and Zave.
Okay. I mean, I would like Xavier to win, but I mean, I feel like Tim and Eric could win it because it's Tim and Eric.
Just a more active.
That's
fan
all you
base.
need to say
Yeah.
for everything. It's Tim and
Or
Eric.
I'd be surprised if Xavier didn't put up the fight though.
I just kind of I think of all the Tim and Eric properties, Bedtime Stories in my head as a big fan of theirs never stuck out the most. But I was a little surprised by this. It did win. I thought Xavier was much more of a classic show.
Wow.
But it is kind of close, 57 to 43.
See, Tim and Eric put up a good.
Oh.
I mean, Xavier put up a good fight.
43 is not a bad fight.
Tim and Eric won, but they were bloodied.
Well, there's Tim Heidecker again. Tim Heidecker's properties represented 3 times in this level of the bracket. Who did you see in C-Lab
Okay.
versus Decker, Kean World?
I mean, C-Lab. I mean, Decker could have had a chance, but C-Lab's C-Lab. I mean, even with the on cinema fan base behind Decker.
Did anybody catch the animated adventures of Jack Decker on Friday night at
I
midnight?
saw that.
What did you
Yeah,
think,
that was
Keon?
good. I thought it was really good.
Are you an on cinema student?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Fan?
Yeah. It should have more Trip Spencer, I think, but
More Trip Spencer.
yeah.
Let's see what
he
the
was
chat
really
says.
good. That was my favorite part of the special.
Poking around in the YouTube chat, London Pettigrew says Beef House was bomb.
Beef House out of the running.
Yeah, out of the running. Oh, well. Ennis says, I'm from Turkey.
Greasy Jungle says Bedtime Stories was their best work. So interesting. I guess it wasn't my favorite.
Stinkbrain says, come on, we don't need more than one Tim and Eric show in the final 8.
his brain
Stallion
stinks.
Mang says Decker is max goofs. I'm assuming they're meaning maximum goofs. But C-Lab has to win. Let's take it out. Keen World, it was C-Lab. But what do you mean when you say
C-Lab knocking out Decker.
61 to 39? What do you mean when you say C-Lab is C-Lab?
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's like one of the classic shows, the one. It's like one of the.
It's
shows
one of the
that
OGs.
nostalgia for, even if they've like never really actually watched more than like a couple of episodes. It's a good show.
Andy,
C-Lab and Aqua Teen are the OGs.
Andy, what's an OG?
The original gangsters of Adult Swim.
I'd be curious to know how much of C-Lab 2021 has come true in the current environment. How much did they predict? Does anybody know?
They invented wrist communicators.
Oh, Dave has one of those.
Predicted COVID-19.
They did.
They did.
They had that episode called COVID-19. Also,
COVID-19 was so last year was the name of the episode of 2021.
Keen World, what do you think about Awesome Show versus Squidbillies? Squidbillies was one of our 4 heavy hitters based off numbers ratings.
I have to think these are both heavy hitters
yeah.
now. Obviously, they've made it to the exceptional 8 or
Exemplary, Matt.
exemplary.
You're
8.
the one who wrote the title.
I think that's like a really, really tough because both. Like you said, both are big, but I think maybe Awesome Show. I feel like it could upset Squidbillies fans.
Which do you like better?
In the winning? I like Awesome Show more, so maybe I'm just biased.
Andy, you got a button in front of you. Which one do you press to watch?
Awesome Show.
Nope.
Just for Tiny Dancing Man only.
I rewatched that sketch myself recently. Well, I mean, you mentioned in your podcast interview with Matt that you don't watch too much because you don't have Cartoon Network. You didn't watch too much Adult Swim. But you mentioned before the show
I didn't.
You've seen a lot of Tim and Eric.
Yeah, and that was I was just downloading it. I never watched it live. So
What drew you to that show, you think, Andy?
just the insanity of it all. It was just like people letting loose.
In the YouTube chat, you have some disagreeers. I got Big Poo-Poo, says Squidbillies.
Well, let's see who wins, and then I'm going to ask Keen World some questions. Matt, you had some fingers in Tim and Eric, which won 53 to 47.
Oh.
Very
Wait,
close.
say that again. Say what you just said again.
Matt had
I'll
some
say it for
fingers
you.
in Tim and Eric, right?
At the same time.
Yeah. On jet
This
skis?
is Tim and this is Eric.
Oh wow, you're little puppets. Now, Keen World, do you run the Adult Swim Reddit or something?
Well, I moderate it.
What's that like? What's that community like?
You moderate the Adult Swim Reddit.
Yeah, I just post every now and then for like new episodes. I make like weekly discussion threads, and like I make the picks on the sidebar, and like I also just remove nasty comments or just posts of people like trying to post irrelevant stuff and all that.
Eric.
Just general moderation stuff.
What are some of the nasty things that you've seen posted that you had to take down?
Porn.
Oh.
So what kind of porn do people post?
Yeah.
Is it like Matt Harrigan fingering Tim Heidecker and Eric Wemperheim, or is it?
You put me up right when talking about
Is
this.
it Brack Show hentai?
Oh yeah.
Is that
Is there Adult Swim porn? Or
It's
just
the worst
general porn?
kind of fanfic.
It's usually just robots like taking the adult in our subreddit name too literally.
Oh. I thought you were going to
Yeah,
when you said it was
yeah,
just
yeah,
robots.
it's kinda
I thought you were going to
disappointing.
say it was videos of robots. Just like kissing robots.
The screwdriver and the bolt.
Oh, man.
That's nice of you to moderate the Reddit. That's probably a lot to do, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, Kian, I'm gonna have you on for one more guess. The one that Avi said was the the one that was going to have one of the final two in it. Boondocks versus Aqua Teen.
Aqua Teen.
Do you see?
Boondocks.
I feel like it's going to be Aqua Teen.
Do you disagree with Avi's assertion that it was going to be Class?
Sorry, what?
Do you disagree with Avi's assertion that it's going to be a very close match?
I mean, no. I think it's going to be close.
If you had to spend $500 on a pair of shoes, what brand would you go with?
What? Sorry, I'm having a little bit of difficulty hearing. Sorry, what?
Buster Brown.
Yeah, leather Buster
Puppy.
Browns with the big arch support on them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about some of those nice Echoes, though?
This is
It was Aqua Teen. Check this out.
Well, see, I was going to take myself out of guessing because I'm in it. So
Oglethorpe.
I thought it'd
54
be
to
close.
46.
One of the famous Oglethorpes, named after what is that?
I'm Oglethorpe. I'm Aqua Teen.
Isn't it named after, like, the Jewish guy who settled Georgia or something? I don't know.
No, Emory and Oglethorpe are two like independent universities in Atlanta.
Oh. Well, then I'm
So you got Emory.
Well, they
you
can
know
be named for
Emory,
somebody.
It's close to the CDC, and then there's Oglethorpe, which is
Thanks for
I
calling,
can't
Ian.
remember where it was.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. 708-794-6386. You're watching the Adult Swim Summer Showdown.
Well,
We're choosing the Exemplary 8.
Now, Matt, that wasn't as close as Tim and Eric versus Squidbillies so far.
Yeah.
Tim and Eric versus Squidbillies, the closest one we've seen so far. Actually, Bedtime Story and Xavier are the same amount of close, interestingly enough. Caller, we're going to our next one.
Caller, what's your name? Where are you from? Who do you like tonight?
Hey, the name's Brent. I'm in New York. I know this is very important. I know this is why we're all here, but can we circle back to the Brack porn?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Go, Merrill, do you mind if I show you while we talk about Brack porn? Will you give your insight?
'Cause I'm very aroused.
You know, I gotta say when I would do interviews for like morning radio shows, they would always say, "Can you do an impression of Brack doing it?"
Oh, that's what
Be
we would
like-
say.
No, I can't because Brack wouldn't do it.
So is Brack
But now you
asexual? Because they were saying for a while SpongeBob was asexual, and now they say he's gay.
No, I don't think he's asexual. I think he's just a loser.
It won't happen.
It won't happen. It's not going to happen.
Caller,
His
What,
face says stop.
caller, what porn enthusiasms do you have with Bragg? Tell us what you're asking.
What's your
I mean anything really. I mean, like his sultry, smooth voice is good enough.
I got the pipes, buddy. That's what I got.
Thanks for your call, sir.
Pipes.
Pipes.
Boom chicka wow. That's probably the closest Brack will get to porn.
Yeah, and that's
Boom
what he.
chicka wow. Boom chicka wow.
Is that what he thinks sex is? That music?
That's all. Brown chicken, brown cow. That's what he thinks.
Caller, who do you like between home movies and Eric Andre? Oh, never mind. They don't like either of them.
708-794-6386. Give us a call. We're going to take your votes starting soon.
Loremaster says it's really sad Venture Brothers isn't on the list. Well, it is on the list. Why are you saying it's? We've been going 2 shows at a time.
You know what would be helpful, Max, before we get to our next
Didn't you
selection?
It
show?
would be helpful if
That was up
Loremaster
earlier.
had any lore.
Let's walk through the brackets
Well,
as
Bunch of
they've come
Brothers
down
is
the last
up
couple of
earlier.
weeks.
Like go from earlier.
A little bit of a recap.
Okay, this doesn't include the results we've seen so far, but like I'll start putting it in. What we've seen is Robot Chicken 1, and Bedtime Stories, and C-Lab, and Tim and Eric, and Aqua Teen.
Aqua.
What happened in the beginning was Robot Chicken had to defeat Apollo Gauntlet and then Dream Corp, which had beaten Mama Called Me Sheriff. Joe Pera made it decently far. here at Kim Manning, actually, director of programming, is that her title?
Yeah.
Predicted it would go very far, but was actually taken out by Superjail pretty early.
She's director of programming now?
I don't know what her title is, but she runs programming for Adult Swim.
I really pushed for her to get hired, and I'm proud of her.
Did the right thing.
Soul of the Mole Men didn't get that far. Bedtime Stories clearly made it all the way. Mr. Pickles made it up this way. Ballmasters was taken out early by Xavier, which is why I thought Xavier might go farther, because I thought Ballmasters was a pretty popular show. Beef House did not make it past Xavier, but Bedtime Stories did. I didn't expect that. Decker defeated Tigtone, and Fat Guy Stuck in the Internet was defeated by Frankenhole. Lucy Dyer the Devil did not fare well against C-Lab. Awesome Show defeated Mike Tyson's Mysteries and Black Jesus. Three Busy Debras didn't get that far. Neither did Mostly for Millennials. Your Pretty Face had to go against Squidbillies, which is kind of two similar babies, similar crews, right?
Interesting. Eagleheart didn't make it out of the first round. It's interesting to look at the ones that didn't make it out of the first round. Not really speaking to the, whether or not the show's a great show or not. A lot of times it's just these matchups. Hard to deny.
Yeah.
Assy and Brack. I mean, I voted for Brack. I voted for Assy.
That's a total toss-up.
It's not the only tossing Matt does with Assy.
That's right.
Oh, boy. Caller, what do you think so far?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, and you sound beautiful.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you.
Tender Touches made it further than we thought.
My favorite show was Xavier, and it lost. But I mean, I could see. I want Venture Brothers to take it all the way. You
want Venture Brothers to beat Tender Touches.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, fuck Tender Touches.
Fuck Tender Touches, Max. What do you say in response to that? Your show.
As the creator of it, I say you're entitled to your opinion.
Oh, that's the worst thing to say when somebody criticizes.
Oh, you want me to go hard on him? You want me to go hard?
Okay.
Yeah, go off.
I think the only reason you like Venture Brothers is because you want to jack off to the fucking big tits they draw, you perverted little nest boy. Go back to your little bird.
I do.
Go back to your little bird.
I do.
Look, fiddle with your urethra. Take a fucking toilet plunger and put it in until you can walk up a wall.
You're
with
entitled to your
your
opinion.
You're entitled to. No, I love Venture Brothers.
Listen. I love Game of Setu. I'm not a big fan of Tender Touches, but I'm also a salty PFR fan, and I thought Archie Holler was going to win. So
I did too. Honestly.
There's that,
Thank you, but you think Gemusetu should have beat Archie Holler, right?
You're entitled to your opinion.
You're entitled to your foreskin unless your parents took it away.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say Game of Setu over Archie Holler, but not Tender over Archie Holler.
Wow.
That's my.
And you know what? That's okay. As long as neither of us turn into those Last of Us fans who are writing essays every day on how Last of Us 2 is bad.
Oh no, I still do that, but
No,
I
don't do that.
You keep it in private,
True. Keep it in private. Well,
Maybe next year, Game Setu will be here.
Oh boy.
We'll do this again.
Let's caller. I want to keep you on because I do like you.
That's because you like Game Setu.
I was no. It's because he's blunt and he knows who I am and he knows how to be my friend. And he really likes my crepes.
Okay.
Anyone who knows who I am will like it because that means they might.
Hey, my name's Certain Trips, by the way.
Shut the fuck
Certain
up, I
Trips.
don't care.
That's my name. Okay, thank you.
Home movies versus Eric Andre. Who did you see winning?
Eric Andre versus home movies.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? See, I want home movies to win, but Eric Andre is huge. Eric Andre is like probably. I want to know what the ranking is for the 64 shows because I'm thinking like Eric Andre has to be like top 10, like number 5
Yeah,
or
since
number
it
6
wasn't
or
in the
something.
top 4, it does seem like one of the top ones, right? Dong Bro says PFFR are the rich man's Tim and Eric.
Wow, interesting.
Well, let's take.
I agree. I mean, I love Tim and Eric, but PFR being on Adult Swim is one of the best things Adult Swim's ever done.
Yeah,
I have to
pretty
say.
great. It looks like it goes to Eric Andre, 68-32.
Wow, blowout.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Blowout.
Well, thanks for calling, man.
Thank you.
See ya, Chips and Clips. What was his name, Matt?
It was cool, but I don't remember.
Chips and Clips. I miss the 50-year-old woman who
Certain
called in.
Trips. Yeah, she was a great caller. I hope these guys know that if they send us their address, we'll send them a prize.
Now, this one, we already know the result. I'm pretty sure there's no way we could go much further than the way we did. And I thank everyone. You know, I'm kind of like the Bernie Sanders of the Adult Swim bracket.
If Tender Touches wins, people will hate Tender Touches.
People will. It can't win. You're right. Otherwise, like The Last of Us, people will be writing essays on Reddit every day about how I ruined Star Wars. Caller, what do you think, though? Tender Touches versus Venture Brothers.
What?
Tender Touches versus Venture Touches versus Tender Brothers.
Much as I love Tender Touches, Venture's gonna kick your ass. I'm sorry, Max.
That's okay. I've mentioned it like.
So I did call you, make it to round 3.
I'm very proud of myself.
You should be.
I've mentioned on this podcast multiple times that Venture Brothers was part of my childhood and it growing my tastes in media and all that.
All right.
So to be here against them, Matt, it's like meeting your maker, Matt?
Come on.
As the Bernie Sanders of the
push
bracket.
the button.
Let me say, I respected Tender Touches so much that I never watched an episode.
Wow.
But have you watched any Venture Brothers?
Maybe half of the couple episodes.
What do you remember from it?
That it was like Johnny Quest.
Well, they are in the show.
So in real life, Andy, if you had to compete two things in real life, one is it seems like Johnny Quest, and one thing you don't know what it is. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the unknown, or do you prefer the Johnny Quest?
You're talking to a big Johnny Quest.
So you're going with the Johnny Quest buff.
But I am into new things most of the time. I did eat. Never mind.
No. Tell us what you ate.
Tell us, Andy.
I ate the shark in Iceland, so I'd probably go with the thing I've never seen before.
Whoa.
The fermented shark. Tender Touches to me is the fermented shark.
The fermented shark of the bracket. What do you think, Visk?
I think that's a really good comparison.
Yep. Like fermented shark, it has been banned by Gordon Ramsay's activist efforts.
I think you could also say that Tender Touches tastes like ammonia.
Tastes like ammonia, blowout hay. But, 16%'s more than zero, I mean, I guess it's less votes than Donald Trump got, but...
Hey, 16 is more than if you didn't have the show.
And that's what people say
is still a strong performance up to that point.
Especially for Venture Brothers, right?
Max,
they're going to do very well, I think.
Thank you, Dan.
I think there's a show that can only beat Rick and Morty, but I think the show that deserves to beat it would be Space Ghost.
Oh, Big Tech says TT blows.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion.
It's too precious to me.
Storm approaching says, Max, you know Tender Touches has to lose. Oh, I thought Tender Touches was going to lose weeks ago. Thanks for calling, man. Let's go to our last one.
Mike Watson says, I forced an ex to watch Tender Touches and tried to convince her it was her favorite show. It didn't take.
He tried to convince her?
That was nice, Mike.
That sounds like abusive.
No, Picard, you see 5 lights.
He broke up with
Rick and Morty.
Obscure Next Generation reference.
Who do you think, Andy? Space Ghost.
Andy Merrill cut the very first Space Ghost.
Oh,
you're entitled to make this call.
You're entitled to your opinion on Space Ghost, Andy.
It's not going to be Space Ghost.
Your favorite joke in Space Ghost was Dave Willis's "The Native Americans Call Me Silent Fart."
That was my
clap,
favorite
clap.
Dave Willis joke.
What about yours? Your favorite personal?
Broken Wind, Clap Like Thunder is what they call Space Ghost. It was one I wrote, and it was my favorite. And I can't tell you what it is because it's too precious to me.
Oh,
come on! That's why you're here. Tell us.
You know what? One of my favorite gags was a Matt Harrigan thing, and it was just. It was a cold open, and it was you see the exterior of the ghost ship, and you just hear Space Ghost singing the opening riff to Sweet Home Alabama. And then you cut to inside of the ship, and Zorak just can't take it. He's just sitting there looking really livid. That's one of my favorite. That is my favorite.
Credit to George Lowe, who was probably just muttering that in the record. Danksai says, "I love Space Ghost, but it's just not enough with the times now."
It's just not enough with the times.
it's yeah. No, I was going to say that it's dated. You know, Space Ghost is good, and it's got that '90s nostalgia, but it's dated.
Zoran says, "Space Ghost best while high. I get high from Rick and Morty."
Oh,
twist.
A nice twist.
Yeah.
Caller, what do you think?
I think it's Rick and Morty.
Can you say really squawk, squawk, squawk? I love Rick and Morty.
What was that? Cluck, cluck?
Squawk.
Sorry, I guess the answer is no.
Squawk, squawk, I love Rick and Morty.
Now put a coffee filter on your head. And
there it goes. It is Rick and Morty, Matt, with 81 to 19.
Oh, blowout.
I'm shocked.
Damn. That's a real big blowout.
It's not as big as Tender Touches, though.
Shut the fuck up.
I feel so bad.
You know what? You should plug your fucking urethra with the fucking plunger and go walk up
the
wall.
Come on. You were just having such a nice time with him, and now you're...
You know what? I don't like you anymore. You should go to Ghost Planet.
Wow.
Now, because I wish you were a ghost who didn't exist.
Yeah, but I exist in Tender Touches.
That's true. We're talking to someone who's in Tender Touches. Wow. Andy and AJ, both actors on Adult Swim. I'm going to turn off the music so you guys can talk to each other.
Okay.
We both came in last, so there you go.
I know, it's so sad, but it's okay. Rick and Morty, Space Ghost ran so Rick and Morty can walk through. You know, got to build the fundamentals up. But
we started it. Rick and Morty finished it.
Exactly.
Thanks for calling, JJ.
Bye, Matt.
It was nice to have JJ here today. Well, those are, so far, the things, as I quit Premiere and take another phone call and show our bracket that's been filled out.
Andy, what shows you've been in on, which of these shows, of the 64 shows, can you list them for us?
Which what?
Name all the shows of these 64 that you've been in.
That I've been in?
Yeah.
Shoot. I would say, Brack Show. I'm
going to create
Coast to Coast.
Andy, I'm going to create a new layer.
Force.
I'm going to create a new layer in Photoshop, and I'm going to put a little screenshot of your face next to every show you've been in.
Wow. Because we had Dana on, and he's been in a lot of shows too.
Dana.
He didn't get this
Snyder
treatment.
Well, Dana's been in everything.
So you were in Brack
Dana
Show?
has a better voice.
In Space Ghost? That you can't. Don't say that. Come on.
What do you mean a better voice? What does that mean?
You're an Aqua Teen?
He's more versatile. He can.
You played Lupe in Assy McGee, didn't you?
No, I was like a Cat Stevens character.
But yes, you were in Assy.
What else?
Yeah, I was in Assy. I was in. Did you say Aqua Teen?
Aqua
Teen.
Gotcha,
I was in Aqua Teen.
Were you in Boondocks?
No.
Were you in Eric Andre?
No. I was in Tender Touches.
That's not true. You were not in Tender Touches.
Because nobody asked me. And you know what? That would have saved the show.
Okay, you know what?
Could have saved it. Wow.
You know what? We're gonna ask them to give us more money for Tender Touches, and we're gonna say, but this time Andy's there.
You can be in Hollywood Kill Fight.
Is that going on now?
Yeah, I'm starting that up.
What other shows were you in? Were you in
I'd love
C-Lab
to be
ever?
in Hollywood Kill Fight. No, I wasn't. You know, George has been in more than I have.
Well, this is what the bracket's looking at like right now.
George was in Robot Chicken even. So.
Oh, yeah.
Caller, who do you see of the exemplary 8 that are left? Robot Chicken, Bedtime Stories, C-Lab, Awesome Show, Aqua Teen, Eric Andre, Rick and Morty Venture Brothers. 2 absolutely shows on the list. Who do you see going through, caller?
Well, my name is Feminine.
Caller? Hang
Caller,
up
come
on
in, caller. Caller, come in.
I hung up on them.
Oh, okay.
They're just a party pooper.
708-794-6386. We've got Andy Merrill here with us, the Adult Swim Summer Showdown, picking the exemplary 8 out of the 64
I think it should be perfect hair forever.
best Adult Swim shows ever. We lost in the first round, buddy, to Rick and Morty. What an outrage.
Why would you put...
It's
random.
This is
random.
That's why if it wasn't random,
This
I wouldn't
is
have put
like
it there.
an NAA bracket. You're gonna put... Well, no, it's more
I'd have put
like
it next to Tender
the
Touches or something.
basketball,
Fuck you.
college basketball bracket, because you're gonna put the number 1 seed against the number 16 to begin with. So it's not fair.
The computers did it. Blame the computers.
CMOS says
Well,
Robot Chicken
Your
was
little
great,
HAL 9000 over there is not doing a good job.
but it doesn't encompass true nihilistic humor. Is that a category to make something win, Matt? Should it encompass true nihilistic humor?
I think it gives it some depth, yeah.
Z Fiat
I think it
FR
does.
says Rick and
It's a
Morty
good
is
comment.
against socialism.
Maybe.
Why do they say that?
I mean, Xavier has a lot of that nihilistic depth that we like. Space Ghost has a little bit.
Dan Harmon's a socialist, though. Just like me and Andy and Matt. Everyone here is a socialist, except for Dave Bonowitz.
Let's look through these exemplary 8 and get Andy's picks going forward.
Andy, Robot Chicken versus Bedtime Stories. What do you think?
I'm gonna still go with Robot Chicken.
Robot.
The chickeny robot.
Now, is this based on personal taste or based on you're doing the math, you're doing the numbers?
I would say, I don't know. I feel like just the amount of fans. I go by fandom.
Caller, what about you between Bedtime Stories and Robot Chicken?
I'm gonna have to say Robot Chicken. For me, that's just one of my earliest Adult Swim memories. So I'm just gonna have to go with Robot Chicken.
What's a sketch that you remember? What's an early sketch that sticks out at you?
Probably the Beavis and Butthead Teen Titans sketch, where they join them and then they mess up the mission. I just remember seeing that as like a 7-year-old and thinking it was the funniest thing in the world.
And now here you are voting for them in the Adult Swim Summer Showdown.
Yes.
All those years later.
At the rightful age of 19.
Yeah. So,
Matt, I want to say something. Big Tex,
Yeah.
Big Tex is one of the biggest. He's been very mean to me lately in chat.
Okay.
He says, "I told you this non-weighted crap blows." You know what? Maybe you blow, Big Tex.
Big Tex does not blow. Big Tex is badass. It's Big Tex. Give him a break.
I don't know. Big Tex. Everything's bigger in Texas, and he's bigger than Big.
He did tell us the non-weighted crap blows.
He says the final 8 should have home movies. Well, home movies was beaten by.
Kim Manning said in the first round of this, people are turned off by the squiggle vision. I'm
It
sorry.
causes
That's what they
seizures.
say.
But they're turned on by Brack show porn, like we talked about.
I think the technology that goes into some of these shows
Bow chicka wow wow.
makes them more likable.
I love. Can we get that bow chicka wow again? That's one of my favorite things I've ever heard.
Bow chicka wow wow, everybody.
And then everyone in the swingers party
Hey,
is like,
everybody,
"God
bow
damn it,
chicka wow wow.
Brack just ruined the swingers party again."
I didn't know my keys were supposed to go in there.
I do have to say, I am a bit upset that Space Ghost lost to Rick and Morty, because another one of my favorite memories that just happened recently was I actually met the voice of Space Ghost, George Lowe, at a comic book convention. This was back in November, and he was
It was
hands
in
down
Florida,
the most
wasn't it?
nicest guy I've ever met.
Wow,
He
that's
is a
nice.
fellow.
Signed my DVD, and he talked for 10 minutes. He was so cool. So I kind of wish Space Ghost didn't get beat out so badly by Rick and Morty.
Wow.
But
Do you want me
Who
to
else?
sign
Who
it?
better to lose to?
Do you-
Right? Think of
yeah.
it that way.
Think of it. Who
Yeah.
better to lose to? Man, where are you from, though, kid?
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
I got a proposition
So-
for you. Do you have any DVDs?
Yes, I do have the Space Ghost Coast to Coast Season 1 DVD.
I'll sign
And-
it. I'll sign it for you.
Wow.
If he sends it to you, send
Thank
it
you,
to
man.
me, and I'll sign it.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this.
Me
Look
and
what's
Andy
going
will
on
sign
here.
Harrigan should
Thank you,
sign
guys.
it too. He's
Matt, will you
on
sign
there.
it?
No.
So Andy
You've
will
got
sign it.
episodes on there.
He's worked on it. I'll sign it. I haven't worked on it, and Matt Harrigan won't sign it. Who did work on it? How about that, caller?
He doesn't want your signature.
thank you, guys.
You're welcome. So I can't wait to get it.
All right.
Thanks for a call.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. You're welcome. Christina keeps sending me videos of her laughing, Matt. Apparently this episode's very good.
Oh, good. The Claw on YouTube chat says George Lowe is my waifu.
Ooh, it's actually waifu, Matt.
Excuse me. You say aqua, I say aqua.
Yeah. Do you know what a waif is, Matt?
Yeah, of course.
It's a homeless, neglected, or abandoned person, especially a child.
Oh. All right. Well,
I
watched.
didn't know we were bringing out the Funkin' Wagnalls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen.
Zoran79 makes a fair point. Squiggle Vision ended after season 2 in home movies. Yes. Okay.
Hello.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, Matt. I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
At that Thanksgiving that Mary Allison and I and Dave and Ji Young were at, and you had a few in you. You had your fall cocktail you made.
Uh huh.
We said that we were watching home movies again, and you were like, home movies. You're like, who watches home movies?
Well, why were you watching it? Didn't you have a reality show to watch?
No, we don't watch reality shows.
Oh, you're missing out.
What?
Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from? Who do you like?
Hello. My name is Ben.
Welcome, sir. Who do you like tonight?
I think he said bedtime
What'd you say?
story. Confusion. I
Who
think
do
he
you
said
like
bedtime story.
between C-Lab and Awesome Show? Come on.
Can you repeat that?
Who do you like between C-Lab 2046 and Tim and Eric's
Hello?
Awesome Show? Great job.
Hello?
Okay,
Thanks for calling.
That's not the name of the show.
Hello.
Hello?
The Lionel Richie Show. How about you, Andy? Who do you think between these two?
C-Lab scored more percentage points, but I'm still going to go with Awesome Tim and Eric.
I have to think that many people know Awesome Show. More people know Awesome Show than C-Lab.
Awesome
Right?
Show definitely far more jiffable, right?
Broader audience. Had more people watching the network by the time it started. Right?
I was itching my nose.
Hello?
Huh?
Hey,
Sorry?
caller, what do you think between C-Lab and Awesome Show?
Wait, did I get through?
Yes, you did, and it's me, Max, the famous man who can sign your DVDs.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. Okay, ask your question again. I didn't hear it all.
Between C-Lab and Awesome Show, who do you think wins? All of us are guessing Awesome Show.
Well, in that case, I feel as though I have to go with C-Lab because
Just to be
now,
different.
I mean, they need my support.
Because you're rebellious. And you need a smack.
Say again?
That noise
Because you're
sounded like
rebellious. and you
He
need a
threatened you with
smack.
violence.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I mean, I watched both, but I actually laughed more times at C-Lab than I did at Awesome Show.
Favorite episode and favorite joke of each.
Oh shit.
That's not enough.
For Tim and Eric, it had to be the one where the guy dances. He's like, now, he's like, now think about your dad. Do that one. I don't know his name though. He's in Beef House as well. He's in all of them though. all of their shows. But for C-Lab, it was Martian or martial law or something like that, where they shut the ship down.
Drew John says GIF, not GIF. Fuck. Hey, bitch. You're
I agree
entitled
with
to
you,
your
John.
opinion. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Thanks for calling. We have a
You know
Pierre
what?
fan from Awesome Show.
Technically, it is GIF, but screw those people.
Come on.
It's GIF.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'll be. Whatever.
Chomsky Honk says, Awesome Show changed comedy forever. C-Lab is amazing, but even Adam Reed admits it's his weakest show. Lols.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes your weakest is the most pure, Matt.
Greasy Jungle says the editing style of Awesome Show really did bring something new. The esteemed Doug Pound.
DJ Doug Pound.
In the mix. He's right about that.
Yo.
What's up, brother?
Hey, it's Dutchie. How you guys doing?
Hey, just feeling you, man. Just feeling you.
Hell yeah, man. Glad I could finally get in.
Who do you like in this tournament, son?
We got Eric Andre versus Aquatine next.
Oh, that's a tough choice. I'm thinking Eric Andre, though.
You
Even
think
though
that?
I love the aesthetic of Octane Hunger Force, and I love just everything like about it, I have to
What
prefer
does that
Eric
mean when
Andre
you
just
say you
because
love the
I don't know, man.
aesthetic?
Yeah. Do you like the videos that they use for explosions?
The different colors?
Yeah, that's something that I like about that particular era too. Is like the use of like the industrial light and magic like stock explosions and stuff.
Right.
I fucking love that. That's
This
fucking
time
great,
I will
man.
go with Aquatine.
And wait, and Matt's there, right?
Yeah, hold on. Max?
Matt? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Matt. No, Matt. Hey, Perfect Hair Forever is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it so much, dude. Like legit.
Oh, wait, you know what? I was in
Thank you.
that too.
You were in
That was
Perfect
another
Hair?
one I was in. Yeah.
Well, I gotta drag you all the way to the Perfect Hair box.
Or was I in that mouse show?
I'll put you on the 12-ounce mouse too. 12-ounce mouse returning soon. I'm in the trailer.
I don't.
So, but Andy, you're saying, because this is your bracket, not Dutchie's, you're saying it's going to be Aquatine?
Yeah. Just.
Also, hey, Andy.
Hi.
Andy, why don't you
How
and
are
Dutchie
you?
talk real quick?
Okay.
You and Dutchie have some things in common.
We do. We're
what?
both.
Oh yeah, what's up, man? Here, I'll shake your hand, bro. I'll shake your hand. What's up, man?
What is up?
I don't know. I'm looking up. All I can see is the stars on my ceiling. Oh, and also shout out to
Hold on.
Keanu World. I love you. Also.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Ooh, look. It's a Shen.
Wow.
What?
Uh-oh. Oh.
Thanks, Dutchie.
I'm looking
I'm sorry.
forward now. I'm looking. Wait. Oh, yes.
Thank you,
Steve,
Dutchie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait. Did you say thank? I don't know.
That doesn't matter, you know?
Doesn't matter.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on, bro. Things are
I'm not
confusing,
saying
bro.
anything.
Things are happening around me. Yo.
What's the next matchup, Max?
I'm confused by everything you're saying. But let's go to the next
I'm
one.
confused too. Everywhere.
Venture Brothers
Yeah.
versus Rick and Morty.
Wow.
I haven't seen Venture Brothers. I've seen a little bit of Rick and Morty. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to go. Well, I don't fucking know. That's a really tough choice because I don't know.
Two great animated shows. And I bring that
Yeah.
up because Pescando on YouTube says, ain't no way a live-action show wins on Cartoon Network.
I could see Awesome Show almost winning.
Eric Andre. Kim had Eric Andre going all the way.
You know what? Venture Brothers never did a Pringles commercial, so I'm
Oh.
going to say Rick and Morty.
So you think as soon as something makes a Pringles commercial, it wins?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
It's the rule. It's the law.
Hey, caller.
As soon as Pringles touches you, that's it.
Do you think as soon as something does a Pringles commercial, it wins, caller?
What about Pringles commercials?
Well, we're going to this bracket. We're looking at the final four matchups that Andy would predict. He predicts Robot Chicken versus Rick and Morty, Awesome Show versus Aquatine. Do you have any...
I didn't say Robot Chicken versus Rick and Morty.
Well, that's the matchup
Oh,
that
I'm
happens
doing.
in the bracket.
Oh,
going-
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking Venture Brothers. No, I would say, Rick and Morty.
This
Over
is Aquatine
Robot
all the
Chicken.
way.
Aquatine all the way. Wow.
That's right, Matt.
Powerful.
That would be cool for me.
Do you think it beats Tim and Eric, Andy?
Ugh. Yes.
Whoa. Aqua Teen beats Tim and Eric. Rick and Morty beats Robot Chicken. Rick and Morty versus Aqua Teen. Wow.
I gotta say Aqua Teen.
You think Aqua Teen will take it all?
I think Aqua Teen's taking the gold.
I don't think. I hope. There's a big difference.
Hey, don't get angry at me.
There's the big difference, Max. He's right.
What's the big difference, Matt? Explain.
I don't know. Just backing up Andy.
Will you cry if it doesn't happen this way?
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. I will never be the same. I will be forever crying. If not in my face, then in my head.
Now, just so everyone knows who's watching, these semi-translucent ones are predictions.
Prediction.
Andy has made. These are not... You can actually vote now on the Instagram tonight in the final 4 matchups. What are these, semifinals almost? The Exemplary 8 going against each other?
4 matches, 8 shows, knocked down to 4 with your votes on the Adult Swim Instagram. That's right, Max. It starts now.
It starts now, caller. Are you going to get on your Instagram and
I'm
do
going to
that
do it
shit?
while we're sitting here. I can do both.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Do it. Do it
I
with
think
us.
Tender Touches should have gone all the way, is what I'm saying. I think Tender
you know,
Touches.
I said the
should have
same
taken
thing.
gold.
Matt said the same thing, but he was also fingering Tim and Eric at the same time, so I felt unwelcome.
I voted for Tender Touches against Venture Brothers, and I sleep in Venture Brothers' bedsheet. That's how
Damn.
much I want Tender Touches to win this.
Do you want me to sleep with you?
Oh, absolutely, Max. Anytime, any day.
Okay.
We were
Thursdays
talking
at
on
6.
Thursday.
What, did we both say Thursday?
I'm voting right now. As
Yeah, I
we
was
speak.
on Blood Feast on Thursday.
You did great.
Thank you. You did great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry for the typo. It says Tim and Eric's Awesome Show. It's Tim and Eric Awesome Show.
Tim and Eric's?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I'm voting right now. Eric Andre versus Hog. Oh, shoot, I can't see it. I'm going Eric Andre. I'm sorry, Andy. I'm going Eric Andre.
I think that would be close. Eric Andre versus Aqua Teen.
I'm going Awesome Show. These are my votes. These are my votes.
The Adult
Matt.
Swim Instagram is open. The voting is open.
I'm going Robot Chicken.
Is it on .com or regular?
I'm going the Venture
Adult
Brothers.
Swim
I love Rick and Morty,
Instagram
but I'm
story.
going the Venture Brothers. Oh shit! It's hard.
Sorry, Adult Swim Instagram story.
As soon as you're voting, you feel like on the spot. You know, it's like choosing between 2 friends. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do
A
feel
lot of-
kind of
A lot
bad.
of the choices are clear for me now.
How about you, Andy? Are you voting? Because it just made me feel super uncomfortable.
What?
Just voting makes me uncomfortable. But we're
Yeah.
we're near the end of our program. Come on! I thought you were taking off your shirt. Oh my gosh!
No, I was no.
Andy Merrill, he's
wasn't-
been in
I'm trying to go invisible.
OG. He's been in countless Adult Swim shows. The voice of Brack. The
No, you can
voices
count the shows on 2
Emery or
hands. I think.
Oglethorpe. I get them mixed up.
You can't even count the
Oglethorpe.
amount of shows.
Oglethorpe.
Give us a little Oglethorpe. Give us a taste.
Good morning, stupid. What are you doing? You don't know how to do that. Stick it up your butt. You son of a bitch.
Now, if Oglethorpe was doing a Brack show hentai, no, you don't have to do that. I'm sorry, that's a morning show thing. I'm not doing.
Yeah.
Hmm?
You should come on Blood Feast or Fish Center one of these days.
Well, I'm here. Well, not here. I'm usually in Burbank, but
Everyone in the chat, kindly go to Adult Swim Instagram. Jump in the stories and place your vote. We'll be back next Monday at 10 p.m. for the dramatic reveal of answers, of winners.
I'm so proud
Thanks.
of all of you.
Thank you, Andy. Andy Merrill.
thank you. Thank you.
Matt, you
It's
want to
been
take us
a
out?
real pleasure.
Stick around for Fan Fiction Showdown. 2 living writers compete to see who can write better fan fiction. That's live. That's from Burbank.
Hey, you know what? I want to do fanfic between Harry Potter and MASH and make Sherman Potter a Potter.
Season 2.
Ladies
Pencil
and
it in.
gentlemen, Matt Harrigan.
Thanks for watching.